Welcome to the No Plan B podcast. My name is Rene Weimann, and with me, as always, my partner, Joe Asbury. Jumpin' Joe, please introduce our guest for this week's episode.
Ladies and gentlemen, when I tell you that this guy's range starts in the parking lot, when he pulls up anywhere in any gym in the world, as soon as he pulls in the parking lot, that's where his range starts, okay? Jermale Jones, what's up with you, homie? What's up with you?
How you doing? Pleasure to be here.
Beautiful, man, beautiful. Let's jump into it, man. So first and foremost, let me share with the listeners that we met a long time ago at a showcase, and Jermale was a hungry rookie, man, and he played great at the showcase, man. He was balling out, and I remember pulling him to the side, and I told him, hey, man, I don't know about a lot of these other dudes, but you really got a high skill set, man. You got talent, and I see in your future pro basketball. So I'm starting to feel like I got special powers, like I can see things that a lot of people can't see, you dig? So let's get into it, man. Like, when did you fall in love with this basketball, man? When did it all start? Was it AAU or boys club or just the streets?
Well, just basically being in the streets and just playing ball every day. You know, I played multiple sports, so I had to choose a sport. After I broke my ankle playing football, I was like, nah, I'll stick to going ahead and stay with basketball, and that's just kept me for the love right there.
Yeah.
And so awesome. Just playing every day, traveling, AAU basketball kept me going, gave me a scholarship for school. So I was like, cool, I can do more. Yeah. So that's what got me going.
Man, that's awesome, man. Let's talk a little bit about your AAU experience, man. How was that, bro?
My AAU experience was great. See, I played with one of the top teams in the state. It was a Nike travel team called Alabama Lasers. And they are known to have big players, big names, and all that. So I was fortunate to be a part of their program.
That's sweet, man. That's sweet. And so that led to you did a couple years in JUCO, and then I ended up at Tuskegee. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Nice. How was that?
Well, JUCO was pretty rough for me from the transition from high school to JUCO because the game sped up on me. And, you know, I had to make an adjustment really fast. And so when I made that adjustment, it was just like, okay, I got it. And then I grew from there.
Yeah, well, I tell you what, let's fast forward to the pro ranks then. And before, like I said, ladies and gentlemen, you don't understand. This is one of those rare dudes, man. Like, he comes across half court, and it's not a bad shot for him. I've seen it with my own eyes. Like, let's talk about that for the youngsters, man, because I try to tell my youth team that, hey, man, when you see these guys who are pure shooters, like I view you as a pure shooter, and like these Currys and, you know, there's a lot of guys like the Hardens, guys just really got sweet strokes. But I know that you put a lot of work in, man, because I tell my youngsters, like, hey, man, you got to get reps up. You got to get a lot of shots up. So can we talk about that for a second? But I know you always work on your craft.
Yeah. Well, basically, the stuff that I do in games, I work on it every day, day in, day out, especially shooting the long ball, off the dribble, catch and shoot. You know, it's repetition for real, because if you continue to do it, then you go in the game knowing I've been working on this. I know I can do this, so why wouldn't I try it? Yeah. And once you continue to do it so many times, it comes natural. You know, you can't be afraid of your coach going to take you out the game. You just got to, you know, if you've been working on something, you know, you show it in practice, you do it in practice, in the game, nothing will be said. So that's how I look at it.
Yeah, it shows. It shows too, because your stroke is real sweet, dog. So, I mean, if you could throw a number out there, let's say for the young guy right now who's 14, 15, growing up in Alabama, and he wants to, you know, he's dreaming about being a professional athlete like yourself. What would you tell? How many reps should he get up? Should it be, I mean, like the normal, like everyone always told me, hey, man, Joe, you're a high-flying dunker, but you can't shoot, so you need to start shooting between 500 to 1,000 shots per day. What would you say? Would you say that number is about okay?
Yeah, well, I used to shoot, be honest, like 450 to 500 a day, but it was all different type of shots. It was like one or two dribble pull-up shots. It was spot-up shots. It was like Hezo pull-up jump shot threes and stuff like that. It's just all different type of shots. It don't have to be 1,000, because you're not going to be shooting 1,000. You know, you just shoot what you're going to do in the game, basically.
Yeah.
Like work on your rhythm dribble pull-up. stuff like that, what's actually you're going to have to do in the game.
Nice, bro. Thanks for sharing that. So you say 500 is a cool number because I'm about to go tell my youngsters that today.
Yeah, 500 is a good number.
Nice, bro.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's all about their rhythm, keeping that stroke.
Yeah, for sure. And you've also played in a few different countries, man. So what country would you say you had the most fun in as far as off the court, basketball-wise, where you really just could enjoy yourself? And what country did you get to and you were like, oh, my God, is this real life or what's going on here?
My favorite country was Romania when I was in Romania.
Nice.
That was my favorite country because we were winning and I was able to have a good time. I didn't have nobody always hassling me about something. It was just show up for practice, do what you got to do. Hey, we're not worried about your outside life because you're producing, you're doing that. So I think that Romania life was great.
Yeah, that's beautiful, bro. That's beautiful, dog. Yeah, man. Jump in there, Renee. Jump in there, buddy.
Yeah, I also want to know a little bit about that. When was that? When have you been in Romania?
I was in Romania, I think that was 2016 to 2018.
Oh, you played like 2 full seasons or even 3.
Yeah. I played 2 seasons there, and then the 3rd season I went back, I left.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Yeah, we had a couple of guys playing in Eastern European countries like in Ukraine and also in Romania, and they all of them said cost of living is much lower than in Western Europe, and you still get paid good, and you can do a lot of stuff there, and like when you come to play basketball overseas in Europe, you have this whole new culture sometimes, and it's so overwhelming for for most players, I think, who come from the USA. And then they're here and they have to deal with everything. Of course, there are 2 to 4, 5 hours of practice every day, most days, but the rest of the time you have to do something. And I would say, in terms of that, Eastern Europe is definitely good. Would you agree? Like what you can do, what you can just spend time with.
Yeah, I can say that, but it also depends on where you are also. If you're in a small village, it's not really much you can do.
Where have you been in Romania?
I was in a city called Iași.
I haven't heard of that. It's a big city?
It's the second biggest city in Romania.
Oh, really? Okay. I haven't heard of that. Yeah. Although I'm quite good with those things, but okay. And now, total opposite. You are in Switzerland, is that correct?
Right. Yes.
Yeah. How is it there? Like, how is basketball in Switzerland? We haven't had a guest from there, so that's an absolutely new thing. So tell us about it.
Well, I only been here for about 18 to 19 days right now. The first 10 days were quarantine. And so I've been outside the city a little bit. It's really nice, but it's very, very expensive. Yeah. So I'll tell you one example. I went to McDonald's when I first got here, had a double cheeseburger meal from McDonald's. $19.
Wow.
$19.
That's the real deal.
Yeah, and I was like, no, not again. $19 for a double cheeseburger meal.
You came directly from the States back. You spent most of the year there, and how is it now? Like, what do you expect from the season? How's practice? How's everything? What city are you?
I'm in Lucerne.
Lucerne, okay.
Nice. How you like
what
it?
I'm expecting it, I like it so far. As I've been out a few times, like the city is really nice. The people are friendly also, and so just the beautification of the city is, and the layout is really nice. It's like, wow, I'm here. If you've never been here before.
And you must say, of course, compared to the cost of living, I guess it's normal, but they still pay you pretty good, aren't they?
Yeah, it's pretty nice. It's pretty good pay. But the cost of living and all that other stuff
makes it up. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's good though. You can lay low and say you're bread. But let me ask you this. I want to, if you don't mind, let's go back to Romania just for a second because I want to talk about their fans because I know that a lot of those fans, man, in your home games, I'm pretty sure they went nuts when you were shooting those long range 3 balls you got. Yeah. How were the fans there?
Man, the fans were crazy. They loved us. And then the first year I was there, I became a fan favorite, and it was crazy. It was like after 2 games, it was just whoa, this is our guy. This is, what I'm saying? It was crazy because they wanted excitement. They wanted some real entertainment. And I feel like I kind of brought that there, because during the game, if you into it with the fans and show some excitement towards them, get them up off their feet, they get into the game. And, they, like, most of the time they were always sitting down, just looking, but then you get them into the game also. They go out and stuff like that, crazy. And they just after that, stuff like that.
Yeah, nice. Hold on. Hey, I tell you what though, man. I actually thought you didn't get a fair shake when you played in Germany, man. I thought that when you played in Germany, you played great. You were a American ambassador for basketball. You didn't have any issues off the court, and and you got your numbers, man. So, what advice would you give to the guy who's playing out here in Germany? Because a lot of these dudes don't understand that you can play in the Pro B or Pro A, and you can really have numbers, but I'm not sure if there's a legitimate scouting service that's in place. Because if there was a legitimate scouting service in place, then in my opinion, you should have got, first league shot. You know what I mean? I think that you're qualified to play in the BBL is what I'm trying to say. But what would you say to the guys that are here that are playing here and might be playing in the Pro B, Pro A, that, let's just share with the listeners that, hey man, you might average, 25 in the Pro B, or you might average 10 in the Pro B, but that regardless, that doesn't mean it's like an automatic ticket, to the BBL. There's a lot of different things and a lot of different factors. So what would you guys say about that?
I would say, well, with my experience, I played in the Pro B almost 4 years, had great numbers. I just feel like when you go there, they don't look at you, you have to get numbers there because that's probably what your coach wants you to do and stuff like that. But if you got a chance to step up to the Pro A or the BBL, that coach have a different role for you. Only thing you have to do is get put in the fire to basically show, hey, I can play on this level. Just give me a role on what I need to do. And I don't have to take all these shots, because in the Pro B is different from the Pro A and the BBL. Right. Every coach has their different philosophy of what players need to do. And I just feel like a lot of Pro B players are overlooked, and they're better than a lot of BBL players. BBL players just have the name of what college they went to and stuff like that. It's a big grind, and they just won't take chances on people that come from the Pro B or regional league or whatever. It's a grind for everybody, but it's a cakewalk for the BBL. Just feel something like, because I feel a player went to a D1 school, this player too. But the D2 player is better than the D1 player. So I just feel like sometimes it's unfair.
Yeah, for sure. I agree with that 100%. And but at the end of the day, you still on a paid vacation. And I'm proud of you, bro. I'm proud of you, man, because you remember the conversations that we've had over the years. And I told you, bro, I said, listen, man, you got game. Just stay focused, stay on your shit. Stay on your ish, and keep doing what you do, because a lot of dudes is gonna fall off the train, bro. You know what I mean? Like, some dudes just aren't built for professional basketball overseas. Let's touch on that for a second. What's your view of that? Because I'm sure you got a lot of homies that hit you up like, hey, JJ, put me on, bro. And you're like, hey, man, listen, dog, I'm not sure, not hating on you, but I'm not sure if you're built for this. Like, I don't know if you don't have the skill set for this.
Right. Well, when it comes to being overseas, it's really dedication. It's a sacrifice also, leaving your mom, dad back at home, your family and stuff like that. Like, if you can't handle being away from them 8 or 9 months, it's really not for you. You know what I'm saying? You can't be homesick trying to grind and dream chase, because that's going to mess your whole brain up. It's going to mess everything up. You're not going to be flowing in the right way. You're not going to play the right way because you're thinking about your people back at home, which if you don't have people back at home understanding why you're gone, then, hey, you got to have that support. You got to have that support no matter what.
Yeah, for sure. Tap in there, Renee. Tap in, buddy.
Yeah, it's great what you just said, and it's great that we covered that on this episode, because I think it's something very important to have that surrounding you, and it also fits to what you just said about things like fans and things. Maybe these are some new problems, or let's just say more like challenges that come up now for some players who are used to everything that is surrounding that. It might be hard because it looks like most seasons here in Europe are going to start soon under those new rules, whatever is. I mean, it's different in every other country, but you will not have anyone visiting the games. There will be a couple of people in there. In some countries, it might be different, and that's a big challenge for players because they need this feeling inside of a game to get fired up, and it's a different thing. And I'm sure both of you agree. If you play in front of 500 or 1,000, it doesn't really matter if it's 500 or a couple of thousand. It's the feeling inside of these buildings is much different when you play there alone with your staff and and the referees and maybe a couple of media people, and that might be it. And how do you see that?
And I feel like that is really effective. Like if you got fans, it's like a extra push they give you. But if you plan empty, nobody's there, it's just like, oh man, here we go. It's like a pickup game. That's it. It's like a pickup game.
And you guys, all you guys, you need to battle through that. It's a challenge. You agree?
Yeah, it's a big challenge. Yeah, especially if you've never done it before, and then you have to go and do it now. It's mental also. Yeah. It's very mental.
Yeah, for sure. But honestly, I think that's going to work to your advantage because with that 3 ball you got, with that range you got, you probably gonna be feeling like, okay, I'm just back at the crib, and it's Sunday morning, and I gotta cook some foods. It's not a problem.
Yeah, but the thing is, here we are able to have fans. We will be able to have fans when we start playing. So
awesome.
So right now everything is good. Hopefully nothing changes because every week is something different with this COVID stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
What is the, like, how is it going to be? Is it, of course, it's not going to be a full stadium, but how are the rules in Lucerne, in your town?
Well, they say everybody have to wear masks. That's basically it. Just wear masks.
Oh, but you can, the full stadium, there are no...
I guess so, yeah.
Okay,
that's
cool.
Good. That's good. Hey, bro, you can't be mad if 5,000 pull up with masks on. I know you ain't gonna be mad because you can still hear them. You know
look, I'm in the crowd like, huh? What you say?
Let's get it. For sure, bro.
When's the season gonna start?
Our first game is October 10th.
Oh, so you have like three more weeks left.
Yeah, it's getting there.
And then, okay. Home game?
Nice.
Away?
It's a away game.
It's a away game. Okay.
Yeah.
And now you're getting ready. You have practice just after our record, you told us.
Yeah.
How's everything there? The team? You want to say anything about that?
Our team is pretty solid. Like, we have some young guys that's hungry. And as they continue to develop, they can be some really good guys. We have a few guys that play on the national team. So, they're young guys. So as long as they keep working, everything will, be where it needs to be.
Nice. You're looking forward to it, I'm sure. I mean, I'm pretty sure when basketball was out of your life for a minute, I know you was going crazy like I was. I have to shout out to my man Renee. Renee came up with this podcast for me because when there was no basketball in my life, bro, I was borderline suicidal, bro. I was losing.
Yeah, it was crazy. Yeah.
And maybe if we have,
it was crazy.
If we have time for that, how was that for you? Where have you been in March, actually, in the beginning of March?
Well, I left Germany and I went back to Alabama.
Okay.
Because I'm from Alabama, actually, Roll Tide. And I was there every day. It's just sitting around, can't go nowhere because everything was closed. But then a buddy of mine, he owns his gym. So during the COVID time, we were still in the gym. It was like 4 or 5 of us still getting work in while everybody couldn't get in no gym. So we was cool.
Nice.
So,
that's beautiful, bro.
Yeah, it's a blessing if you have your own gym or something like that during that time.
Yeah, but after working out, the only thing we could do is go back home because everything was shut down. So spent about 2 or 3 hours in the gym, just going back home. That's it.
Nice.
And when you've been here in Germany, I would say it was about the 15th of March when things got very heated. Did you you were still inside the season? Is that right?
Yes.
in the
Yes.
last games, and then at some point in mid-March, they probably told you, okay, no more practice, no more season, everything looks like it's over. You left like straight on the next day, or you waited for a couple of days? Like, how was that?
They booked me a ticket probably 2 days after everything, and they was like, the best thing for us to do right now is to get you home, because they was closing stuff. Fine, I understand. I went to a little bit, stuff like that, and I was like, man, it would happen now. So,
yeah, that's crazy.
Would you agree that it was a good thing? Because we had players sitting it out in European countries, some left like you did. Would you say it was the right decision for you to do?
To leave? Yeah, it was the right decision. Yeah.
Yeah, most definitely. I'm pretty sure that, you know, because the fam was worried about you, and, you know, so to get back to the crib, that made sense.
I must add, most players who stayed in Europe, they already have like family here or something like that. From what I remember, our guests, like those that stayed, of course, they have a family here, probably wife, probably even kids, and then it's a completely different thing if you have that.
For sure.
Yeah. No, I don't have no family, no kids, no nothing. I got some good friends now, and I had to leave them, but it's all good.
Oh yeah, they happy for you, man. That's nothing. They can pull up in Switzerland and watch you drop that 3-ball, bro. Real spit.
Exactly. Yeah.
So what else you got going on, man? So today you got practice. Oh, I meant to ask you, how'd the last preseason game go? That go pretty good for you?
Yeah, it went well. We actually won one by like 18, 19. It was pretty solid. You know,
nice.
We still make a lot of mistakes, but that's in the beginning. We're getting our rhythm. Everybody's getting the flow of how people play. So
how'd that Jay feel?
It felt good. The first quarter, I missed my first one. Then after that, I think I hit like 4 in a row right back to back to back.
I already know it. You know how you do when you heat up, bro. It's you like the floor? Because I know they got back in the days I balled there and they had nice arenas and wood floors. So I mean, it's set up pretty cool.
Well, yeah, the gym we're playing in now is a brand new school.
Yeah.
So they didn't get wood floor, but it's a nice floor. They didn't get wood floor because it's for the school is like kids, a kid's school. What will kids do with a wood floor? You know, they wanted the wood floor, but the floor is really nice. It's brand new. So it's not slippery or anything, so it's fine.
Yeah, that's nice, bro.
Nice.
All right, man. We don't want to hold you up, bro, because we know you got to get to practice.
Yeah.
But anything you want to add to that, though, Renee?
Man.
Oh, me? No, it was great having a guest with so much new stuff to learn about. Like first time we have a guest from Switzerland. That's great. Or like probably you should be our guest again in a couple of months to tell us how it actually is when you've played your couple of first games in winter. But yeah, it's always nice. And thanks a lot for taking the time for being here with us. And I wish you all the best for the upcoming season. That everything stays normal. That probably in a couple of weeks or months, people can go and watch your games without masks and everything will be back to normal. And thanks.
Oh, no problem. Thank you for having me here. But
no
I
problem,
gotta add one thing before I leave.
What's that, bro?
I gotta say shout out to Lish though, because that was my club that I love the most. That was the club I love the most. I have to.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful, man. Hey, man. You know what? Lish is such a cool little town, and you know it all started for me back in the days in Gießen, man. So shout out Hessen. We both love Hessen, man. And let me put this out there for the listeners too. I'm so proud of you, Jermale, because you know we watched them. Me and you have watched them together. We watched dudes chase pro basketball dreams. We watched Americans come. We watched them fail. You know what I'm saying? And you know, not hating at all, but you stuck with your dream, man, and you stayed on your journey, bro. And I'm real proud of you, dog, because it takes a real hog to do that, man. It's not easy. It's not as easy as you're making it look. It's not as easy as I made it look. You feel me?
It's not easy at all, man. It's really a lot of hard work and mental. It's a mental thing also. You know, you might not get everything you want, but as long as you chasing you know, you're gonna get something out of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
You might not get it in the first few years, but when you get it, you're gonna get it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What's for you is for you. You know what I mean?
Preach.
So,
brother. Beautiful, man. Okay, well, then we're going to bring you on for a part 2 when you got some more time, man. So have fun at practice, man. I know it's going to be fun. Splashing threes all over on them youngins. Cooking them youngins on your squad. I know that's going to be lovely.
Easy, yeah, for sure.